Welcome to Experience Mount Shasta, a Mount Shasta events production to introduce you to the people providing events, retreats, and other happenings on the mountain listed on the Mount Shasta events website. Today we are featuring the Hearts Center of Mount Shasta and their upcoming Solar Celebration of Light event, September 12th to the 15th. I'm Janet Demeter, your host for today, to bring you an interview with Cathleen Alexander of the Hearts Center Mount Shasta. The Hearts Center is a dynamic worldwide movement of spiritual seekers joyously growing in personal self-mastery. You can find them on the web at www.heartscenter.org. And so here is the interview with our guest today, Cathleen Alexander of the Hearts Center of Mount Shasta, to share with us about the Solar Celebration of Light at the Jewel and the Lotus Retreat Center in Mount Shasta.
Thank you so much, Kathleen.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
It's truly a pleasure and a joy. So to begin, would you just tell us a little bit about yourself and your work with the Heart Center?
Certainly, yes. So the Heart Center is a wonderful spiritual organization that was started in 2005. So that means next year will be our 20th anniversary, for which we're very happy. And we'll be celebrating again in Mount Shasta in the summer. So this is now September for the autumn celebration in 2024. So the Heart Center started with a small group of people, and I was blessed to be one of them. And we knew that the Ascended Masters desired to have an organization that was heart-centered, where people tuned into their heart and used love as our main virtue, and then expanded out from there. So especially love wisdom. So how do we bring the wisdom of the Masters' teaching to the planet Earth? And starting with ourselves. So as you said, self-mastery is one of our goals. So we know that by working on ourselves, that's how we can change the world. Change your world, change yourself first. So that's what we do, and we provide teachings to help people do that.
The mission of the Heart Center, as described on your website, it's described as the offering of up-to-the-minute teachings and inspiration from the Ascended Masters through David Christopher Lewis, an anointed messenger of the Universal Great White Brotherhood. For the uninitiated, can you break this down for us a little bit and just tell us what each of these elements mean exactly?
Yes.
And about David.
And about David. Well, David is a wonderful man, and he's been on a spiritual path ever since he was born, probably, you know, like many people are. Just have to take a little bit of time to find it. And when he did find it, he was praying, and after many years of being in other organizations, he was given a special gift. He was given the gift of clairaudience, which means that he was able to hear clearly from the ascended octaves. And the Masters said that they would like to have a messenger who could write down their messages. And after a while in doing this, not only was he able to hear and write, but after a while he was able to hear and actually then speak. So now he's able to, at the same time, like a simultaneous translator, hear and speak at the same time. So that's what he does. And it's very powerful when you witness that. And you can feel the radiance, you can feel the love of the Masters, feel the love of God just pouring through him to you. It's so wonderful.
So is this basically what a heart streaming is?
That is heart streaming, where it's somewhat like brainstorming, but no storming here. It's streaming right into your heart. And we also can do heart streaming. As we share together about things that are important to us, it kind of just streams through our heart right out to our others.
Wonderful. Can you share with us a bit about the structure of the actual event itself that's here?
Yes.
And what opportunities for participation are available?
Yes, lots of participation. So we usually begin early in the morning, about 8 o'clock, for a dance, a spiritual dance called Panurhythmy. And Panurhythmy is a circle dance with Bulgarian music written by a wonderful master named Peter Deneuve, and then his disciple Omram carried it on. And so as you walk in a circle and you do particular movements which mean something, like opening to God's grace, opening to the spring, giving, receiving, all kinds of movements. It's very beautiful, and we do that for about 45 minutes, and then we go inside and have a meditation, sometimes 15 minutes or longer meditation, and then David will open with either a prayer or a song, and then after we've kind of set the force field, as they say, for raising the energies, because this is all to raise your energies, then a master may come and give a talk, a special message.
Is that what is meant with soul-raising days?
Oh, thank you for asking.
Events?
That is actually something different.
Okay, great.
So a soul-raising session is done in two ways. One is personal, one-to-one, which would be David, well, actually probably more than one, because David and the masters who stream through him, to a particular person, and it's a blessing, and chakra clearing, aura balancing, and then usually some very special message from the master to the person. Now, within the event, we have what's called a group soul-raising session, where the Holy Spirit comes with a message for everyone, and it's very uplifting. Sometimes it combines a group message and an individual message, because sometimes people come up. So it just depends on what the masters have up their sleeve.
Beautiful. Wow, so it's almost like you get a special session with the masters.
Yes.
It's amazing.
Very, very. And what's really amazing is how much they know us. Oh my goodness, they say things, you go, oh, how'd you know that? How do you know I was struggling with that issue in my life? Well, they do, they know.
So the 4 days of actual retreats at the Jewel and the Lotus, how are they structured, and how does one participate?
Thank you. Well, usually we have the morning, like I say, starts with the meditative dancing, and then a meditation, and then prayers and songs and messages from the masters, and lasts until 12:31, and then we have lunch, and then we go out and do fun things.
Nice.
So the first day, even before we begin, we're going to the caverns at Lake Shasta.
Oh, wow.
So we're going to go there. That'll be fun. And then during the event, we'll do hikes around Mount Shasta. We have a list of different trails that people can go on, easy, moderate, whatever they choose. And one of the days, we're actually going to take the afternoon, everyone drive up to the mountain, and then Lord Tabor, God of the mountain, will give a message. So that's open to everyone. I mean, how can you keep people from going to the mountain? So at the top of the mountain on Ski Bowl, old Ski Bowl Drive, go way up to the top, and that's where we'll be. Beautiful.
It sounds like just the perfect mountain event for people who love the mountain already, and for those who'd like to get to know the mountain. And one of the reasons why I was so happy to hear about this opportunity to speak with you is because I'm one of those people myself who was called to be here, not really quite knowing why originally, but knowing for certain that I was called. And I was wondering, have you always been on the mountain? Were you called to the mountain too originally?
I was called.
How did that, could I ask you what that was like and how that happened for you?
Well, it was very interesting because, as I said, the Heart Center has been coming up here for many years. I think we started in 2008. And I was living in the Bay Area at the time. Well, actually, at first I was living in West Sacramento because I was catching up with my graduate degree at UC Davis. And then I moved to the Bay Area near Santa Cruz. But all through that time, I would come up when the Heart Center was doing an event. I'd help get it set up and then go home. Well, during this time, eventually I got married to a wonderful man, and we were coming up for a conference. And during the conference, he kind of turned to me and said, "Would you like to live here?" And I said, "Yes, by the way, I would." And he said, "Okay, let's do it." So we contacted a realtor, and by the next time we came up, we had a place to live.
That's wonderful. And how long have you been here now?
I've been here since 2014, so 10 years.
Wow,
it's been 10 years this summer.
Beautiful.
So I'm very grateful.
And how long have you been with the Heart Center?
I've been with the Heart Center since 2005.
Okay.
So that's almost 20 years. My, how time flies. And
he began it. That was around the time
that's when he began it. Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay, so you were one of the first.
Yes. He was told, Jesus and Cathleen, St. Francis of Assisi, appeared to him and said, "Please take some messages from us." So every day for 33 days, open up your notebook and start writing. He said at first he thought he was supposed to like journaling, but all of a sudden he started hearing the masters and wrote down their words. And so he had 33 letters, and he passed them around to a few friends, and a friend of a friend sent me those. And as soon as I saw them, I read it and I said, "This is real. this is real. I can just tell, you know. So I wrote back to David and said, I'm in. And that was it.
Wow. Well, I'm so grateful to you for sharing with us today a little bit about yourself
Well, thank
and
you.
the Heart Center, how you began.
Thank
And really excited about the event. I'm definitely going to come. I didn't know about it before, so
Oh, good.
it's wonderful. I hope many of you will be inspired to come and share. Is there any live streaming of any part of the event, or is
Oh,
it
the whole thing.
Oh,
the
it's
whole
all
thing.
live
The whole
stream.
thing is live stream. So if you can't come in
Wow.
person, you can sign up for the live stream, and they also have some free events. Before the day before, we're going to be at the Soul Connections Community Room upstairs. That's a free event on Wednesday evening.
The 11th.
The 11th.
Right?
That's on the 11th.
Going to be there.
Good. And then we'll start on Thursday. Now Thursday morning, you can come to the caverns if you like. There's still places. So we'll do that. We like to have fun.
I haven't been to the cavern, so.
Okay, who knows? You might have a person coming, yay. So our website, www.heartcenter.org. And when you go there, again, hearts with an S, when you go there, one of the banners you'll see on the very front page is for this conference. You can click on that picture, or you can go on the menu bar and see the word events. And then one of the drop downs says 2024 Autumn Equinox in Mount Shasta. So click on that, get lots of information, you can register. We try to make it easy, and if it needs to be even easier, give us a call on the phone. We love to help.
It's also called the Solar Celebration of Light.
The Solar Celebration of Light. Light, light, light.
Thank you so much. On behalf of Experience Mount Shasta, I would like to thank you, Kathleen, for joining me and sharing about this event. I'm so excited to follow it, and please join by live stream if you can. Huge thanks to Tara Gardner and Mount Shasta Events. To know more about what they're doing, please visit mount-shasta-events.com. That's mount-shasta-events.com. That's all for this time. We hope you join us.